All right, we're back for another video. Um, we got another reaction video of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Okay. Um, big shout out to Globeku for providing the video. He didn't provide the video, but I'm reacting to this video, so big shout out. I'll put the original video in the description down below. But before we get started, I just want to say we are at 652 subscribers. Let's push it to 1,000. Okay, guys. I know you guys can do it. Let's push it to 1,000. There's going to be a lot more Sparking Zero content coming out. Again, I was not able to travel to these areas or like California or these conventions to play the actual game. I don't know how, Globeku has the game, because actually he might have went to play it in the convention and used the software in the console to record, because that's why you can see this black bar up here. But nonetheless, in the future, there's going to be a lot more Sparking Zero content. I did pre-order it, so I will be getting it 3 days early on the 7th. So hopefully on the 7th, I can record exactly when it comes out. This will be a Monday. So if it comes out like midnight, like 12 a.m. Monday, so then I can just make a video right there and then. But subscribe for more Sparking Zero content and more DBZ content in general. I was doing Dokkan stuff in the beginning, but I swayed a little bit from that because everyone is doing Dokkan. So, but nonetheless, let's get into the video. Turn this on. Let's get into the video. Keep one ear open so that I can hear people when they call me. Put this up a little bit, because he will be breaking down fights and all that. So, let's see.
Let's try thinking about the future. After you get Sparking Zero and spend hours completing the story mode, playing tournaments, what happens then? What keeps you coming back to the game after you completed all the content? Well, one answer is online PvP. Going up the ranks and getting better and better at the game is definitely something that a lot of people are going to be doing. But to me, that's not the only game mode I'm looking forward to, because we also got custom battles. And I can easily see this being the main reason why many players stick with Sparking Zero for years after they're done with the main content. It may sound a little bit like fantasy right now, but after you see the potential that this game mode has for creating new what-if stories, incredible gameplay challenges, or even fighting game puzzles, then maybe you'll start to believe.
So the downside of the previous games is that there was no online in like Tenkaichi 3. So, however, I think Ultimate Tenkaichi did have, not Ultimate, I think Tenkaichi Tag Team on the PSP did have PvP, but the PSP was an online type console, or handheld console. The downside of like Tenkaichi 3 and the games before it was that once you finish the in-game content, there's nothing really to do except the challenges. But there was like local gameplay, so like your friend comes over, you and your brother can play together, challenge each other. But nowadays that doesn't happen. So everyone's busy, so on and so forth. But the custom battles, once you go, like the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going through the story. I already know what happens in the story. I played it in Tenkaichi 1, played it in Tenkaichi 2, played it in Tenkaichi 3, played it in Budokai 1, played it in Budokai 2, played it in Budokai 3, played it in Sagas. I played it in Xenoverse 1, in Xenoverse 2. I played it in Kakarot. Like, so the story is old, but I don't care. Like, imagine, because like every time you play through the story in one of these games, you're experiencing the story in a different way, like different graphics, different mechanics, different transformations, so on and so forth, different fighting styles, different moves, custom battles. Like in Xenoverse 1 and 2, you could go in with your with your created character and experience the story from like a third-person point of view. Like you're outside, you're looking inside a lens, and you're seeing the story from a different perspective. And you like custom battles, kind of custom battles or whatever. But in Tenkaichi, in Sparking Zero, once you're done with the story, you can do the challenges, you can do the custom battles that people can actually play online, and you can play other people's custom battles. And then there's PvP. And then the good thing about now is that they can add more things in the future. An expansion pack, Sparking Zero coming out now gives like Bandai or whoever made this like a chance to make Sparking Zero 2, right? That sounds like a weird title, 02, but you know what I mean. So there's a lot more to do nowadays than there was when Tenkaichi 3 came out.
And it all starts right here as we select custom battle. So here you can play bonus battles made by the developers, create your own custom battles, or browse other players' creations as well as watch replays. For me, replays are a really big deal. Easily one of the things I hate the most in games like Mario Maker is spending hours crafting a level and then not being able to see anyone play that level. So allowing replays here means that creators get to see people play their creations, which encourages more creators to make more levels. We are going to start, however, by playing a bonus battle made by the developers. This is a pretty simple battle with a focus on storytelling. It doesn't have any weird gameplay mechanics, which makes it the perfect entry point to this whole game mode. Trunks escapes from the future ruled by Goku Black, but can't help but grieve the world they left behind. Hey Trunks, Mr. Piccolo, it's been too long. The future, where you were, is in dire straits, it seems. Yes, Goku Black killed them all. Not looking for revenge then? That's impossible for me as I am now. I'm pretty much helpless. Take a stance. Huh? Yeah. What did Gohan teach you? Let me see this for myself. Master's mentor. So the story here
Ooh, I
is
like the name.
pretty basic, right? Trunks goes back to the past, he's thinking about the future, he runs into Piccolo, and it's kind of an honor for him to be coached and trained by the person who taught his master, Gohan, right? So there's also dialogue happening during the battle, though this is obviously not voiced because you can pick more than 5,000 lines or something crazy like that, plus each line has some variations, so it'd have all the voice actors voice all of those lines. That would probably be insane. It's a little hard for me to read as the battle is going on, however, so I'm not a big fan of that because there's no voice acting at all. That said, this is a pretty simple what-if story. There's one limitation here, which is Trunks cannot transform. So there is one gameplay limitation. Other than that, it's mostly a story creation. And all of that dialogue that you guys just saw, you can make all of that yourself. All of these custom battles that we're about to see, all these bonus battles made by the developers, they utilize tools that you can perfectly recreate yourself. You may have also noticed that the English is slightly broken, but I'm kind of a big fan of that because every time there's green text, you'll notice that names are often in green or locations are in green. That's because when you create these dialogue scenes, you have the sentence, but the green part can actually change. And so for them to allow that change to happen, it means that the English can't really be perfect. Also, I bet this was created in Japanese, so it must have been really hard to translate. Now, I don't think it's like terrible English. It's just like broken enough to make it funny, but also like not broken enough.
I don't mind
you
it.
cannot
I don't
understand
care.
What's going on? So
I'm pretty sure
give them a hard
that
time for that. I actually like it.
won't be an
I
issue when the
actually
game
am a
comes
fan.
out.
And that is victory for Trunks. And then we have the ending cutscene right here. Wah! Good. Keep it up. Don't worry, you're plenty strong. Thank you so much, Mr. Pickle. The world that Gohan tried to protect. Okay, I went too fast. Understood. And then Trunks, with his new promise, Trunks returns to the future. So Trunks there is in green. You could switch that for Kid Buu. It would make no sense for this story, but you could. So that's
Can you
one
imagine
of the
Kid Buu
options.
escaped the
And now
future
that you've
because
seen
Goku
a
Black is
custom battle,
terrorizing
let's
it?
create our own. So you've got a couple of options here. Normal edit is the one
Wait
we're
a
gonna
minute,
select.
there's another custom battle. Kid Buu versus Goku Black? That would be nice. Yo, look out for that. I'm about to make that.
Simple is probably where you want to start with less options, and copy allows you to not only copy your previous creations and then alter them, but also the bonus battles that you already completed. Like this one with Trunks and Piccolo, I could just copy that and then make my changes. But for this one, I wanted to recreate a Tenkaichi 1 classic, where Chiaotzu goes to Namek, meets Goldo, and tells him that his breath stinks.
What do you want? You got a funny looking head.
The what if battles.
You're disgusting. Your breath stinks. Ew.
So I select these characters along with Planet Namek, and then I start playing around with effects. So these are conditions that you can trigger in-game as you are playing, and the conditions are crazy. This is what makes this game mode. So we have 3 tables that we can fill with effects here. We're going to stick to
My
one
back
table
itches.
for this encounter, but if you wanted, you could create 3 different groups of effects. Only one table can be active at each time, but you can create an event on table A that switches the effects to table B. So like if your character HP drops below 50% health, for example, we go into the next effects table, stuff like that. And
is
that
crazy.
works on any of these conditions that you're watching here. It's not just HP, it's time elapsed, or it's using a certain move, hitting a specific attack, or the attack gets blocked, or it misses. Performing certain actions, emotes, transformations, character switching, everything can trigger these effects. For this first one, we're gonna keep it very simple and say that if the opponent reaches 50% health, what do we do? What is the effect? What happens when Goldo reaches 50%? And I found this one, which you can make an ultimate blast hit guaranteed. And you can even set the damage of this blast, which I just left at 100%, but you could make it a guaranteed one-hit kill. I don't know how you would clear this custom battle. If the opponent reaches half health, you die. I don't see a way to win here. So yeah, just 100% damage, normal damage right there. And also let's change Goldo's ki back to 100% and his HP to 100% also. So to recap, once Goldo reaches 50% health or lower, he's gonna hit us with an ultimate blast and he's gonna fully recover health and ki. That is our first condition. We can also set this to trigger multiple times, but I just wanted to trigger once. Otherwise, he just keeps healing up and hitting us with ultimates. And that's our first effect. Let's create another one. So this time, I want something to happen to me playing as Chaozu. And so when I hit 10% health, I also want to recover HP, but only 50%, not fully. I don't want to make this too easy. And I also want to change the CPU level. I don't know what the default level is, but here I'm going to change it to the maximum, which is level 20. And that is the effect. So the idea is I beat Goldo and he's going to heal once he reaches 50%. And then I got to beat him again before I reach 10%, because if I happen to reach 10%, yes, I do get healed, but the CPU difficulty becomes insane. In my mind, that's how I saw this battle going, but the beautiful thing about this game mode is that the unpredictable can happen and it will happen. This was mostly improvised, by the way. I didn't go into this session with this idea, but I'm kind of happy with what I came up with in such a short time. Imagine if you could actually spend hours crafting this. These encounters are gonna be insane. Now, if you wanted, that could be it, and you could just have a gameplay custom battle, but I also wanted to mess with the scene creation to see what the story portion of this looks like. Because if your focus is on telling what if stories, you're gonna be messing around with these menus a lot. So we're creating a single scene here, a single cut. And as you can see, you can choose the backdrop and you can choose a preset action between the two characters. You can change their poses, their facial expressions, and you can even have characters that are not in this encounter. Let's say I wanted Tien to say something to Chaozu right before this fight begins. I could have added Tien to the scene. I didn't do that, but there is a bonus battle later in the video that will have something like this. Then you have the captions. After you're happy with the character poses and the character movement, you can choose what the characters say. And you can pick a speaker along with thousands of voice lines. And this is my biggest criticism here. When picking a speaker, this should just be alphabetical. It's unnecessarily hard to find the character I'm looking for. In fact, I didn't find Chaozu at all. I called him a different thing. When picking the line, you have all of these filters, and you can narrow down the search. Otherwise, you'd have over 5,000 lines to choose from. And on top of that, you see the green text once in a while. You can actually change that word. So instead of mom, I can say any of these other options. Again, this should have been alphabetical. It's ordered very weirdly. So
You can sort and
spent
filter.
some time here. You'll see the end result while we play, but for now, let's skip forward. Then you have some screen effects if you want them, like sepia, monochrome, etc. You can further craft a slow motion camera and set a thumbnail for your scene. That is how you edit a single cut, a single camera shot. I made another one. This time I didn't do any dialogue since it takes a really long time to browse all the options. But then you take your scenes, you order them, and that's how you create your intro, or your victory scene, or your losing scene too. And then you wrap up the custom battle creation with a thumbnail and a title screen. And this is the end result of the custom battle that I built. So first we have a camera shot that doesn't have any dialogue. And then we have, stand aside, brat. Welcome to town. Goldo returns home. So yeah, I couldn't find Chaozu's name.
Monkey's latent power.
Look, I couldn't find the names, okay? So I just called Chaozu Demon and then Monkey's latent power. So now here we go. This is the custom battle we created. Again, remember, once Goldo reaches 50% health, things are gonna happen. Once I reach 10% health, things are gonna happen. And in my head, that's all that was gonna happen. That those conditions I set, that's what's gonna go. But this game mode is just beautiful. Also, my first time playing Chaozu, so I thought I should give you a breakdown or a showcase of his moves. And yeah, Dodon Ray, Psychic Rock Throw. He's got After Image, he's got Telekinesis. I just activated.
I wish they
After
did
Image,
more
so
with
this should be
Chaozu,
good.
bro. Because he's an
He
android,
goes into
technically.
Sparking mode, but check this out. You can't hit me, bro. I said you can't hit me, bro. Boom! No vanishing attack. Interesting there. Okay. And he goes down to the water. Now, you know that I'm not a big fan of playing underwater. I mean, I like playing underwater, but for footage, I think it's lame. And I realized my mistake as soon as I hit this button.
今ださよならケンさんどうか死なないで
I forgot it was a suicide attack. So now we trigger both effects at the same time, right? But the first effect that I have is me getting hit by an ultimate. So I'm not even gonna have time to heal. I mean, Goldo didn't even heal. He didn't even go back to full key. I mean, he already had it. So yeah, the order of the effects matters here. Definitely the ultimate hit first, and that triggered before any heals happen. Obviously, we're going to retry, and this time we're going to try to not commit suicide. You know, let's just damage Goldo normally, and then maybe reach 10% ourselves. And we could just like brute force this and beat him, but like I also want to see the effect on me. So definitely going to try to trigger both of them. I want to see them in action. I mean, I just set both of those conditions myself, so definitely want to see it happen. That said, this Goldo and me, we're clashing a lot. Trying to get his back so we don't clash as much. It's a great block. All right, finally, we get some rush attacks. I love that animation. Just headbutt, headbutt. All right, we got a revenge counter. He's got a Z counter. We're going to key charge. Rocks. And they hit. You reach 50% health, which means ultimate attack. It actually teleports me to the water there. Teleports me right next to him, so he gets to hit me with this attack for, you know, 100% damage of the normal ultimate. And now I want to reach my 10%. I haven't quite done it yet. I love the battle damage look of Chaozu, that little hair just floating there. Also, the flying animation is sick. Or the lack of flying animation, I guess. But yeah, I want to get hit by stuff, but nothing that would kill me in one shot. So we are threading a fine line here. Look at those water reflections. All right, he's going to hit us with an ultimate, so we got to dodge this, because this would definitely kill us. Hit me with something that isn't that heavy, please. And also get out of the water. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, mission get out of the water complete. Let me get hit by that. Sweet! And now I healed, as you can see, which means Goldo's CPU level has gone up to 20. You can no longer touch Goldo. Straight up. I go in with a vanishing attack. Boom. Interrupted immediately. Spaces his buttons perfectly. Okay, let's try with a burst dash. Nope. Okay, he's gonna vanish that. Sweet. Let's try going in front with a dash and then bursting. Oh, no. Okay,
Damn.
Also,
Yeah, the CPU is hard here.
that. Ooh, perfect vanish there. And this
But
is a
what's
punish.
what's
He
harder
was still
though?
recovering
In
from
KG3
his blast.
CPU or this CPU?
So that's the one time that we can damage, because otherwise, Z counter on the second hit vanishes our Z counter. It's every time they do this though, that's a chance for you to throw your own blast. I didn't do it here though. That is the one weakness I've seen for CPU level 20. Other than that, if you're going in for melee range and trying to do combos, forget about it. This is impossible. All right, blocks, blocks, blocks. Good blocks. Finally got some hits.
He says it's impossible and then does it.
He went for revenge counter, and I vanished that with my auto combo. That was sick. The only reason this connected is because he threw a key blast. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked. He would have vanished that, and I would have gotten punished. But instead, he threw a key blast and still managed to block it. And Farewell Tien here will actually murder him, and it didn't come out.
Oh.
I don't know why, but it didn't come out. Just did like a little crouching animation. So we're going to lose here, but we triggered all the effects. We triggered all the conditions that we set. I'm super happy with that quick test, and I thought I should use the rest of my time to check out some of the developers' creations. And so that's what we're going to do for the rest of the video. I tried to only pick scenarios that had characters that I had not played yet.
Okay, well, I think we've seen enough. You guys should definitely go check out the rest of the video. He does go through more battles. Like, there's a Yamcha bonus battle, Cyberman, and Whis. Actually, wait. Whis. Actually, let's watch the Whis bonus battle. We'll end with
Whis
this.
versus Goku. I'm counting on you again, Whis. Now, to see how you've grown, I'm gonna put you through your paces today.
He's like, I'm about to beat the shit out of you.
Tough love? That's a heck of a way to train, Whis.
Tough love. That's a heck
This
of a way. I
one
can't do
does
the
something
voice.
really cool. So as you just saw,
On
it's
Dragon
Whis
Ball
versus
Z.
Goku Super.
Can't do it.
And if you guys watch my previous content, you know that Goku Super has base form, Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue. He does not go Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct is a separate character. So they do something really, really clever here. I think they are setting Goku to transform.
I hope in the
after a
future,
certain
though, they
amount of
add
time or a certain amount of
like a
damage
Goku that
taken.
transforms into
Like, it
Ultra
just goes
Instinct or
up
something.
a form. Right here, boom, Super
Super
Saiyan.
Saiyan.
The progression that this Goku did on me was too perfect, you know? It was like too perfect. Like, I feel like this was crafted. He's meant
I mean, it was.
to go up a level every amount of time or every amount of damage. Big throw, read me perfectly, and go Super Saiyan God.
Ooh.
This Super Saiyan God has a move that I don't know if people have seen before, but it's an unblockable that has crazy range. Also Whis seems to have a passive move where it just like dodges the first attack. If you're not pressing any button, I think you've seen me do. Oh, look at this range. So I even took a step back and I still get hit by the unblockable. High ground, high floor. So if you've seen my Ultra Instinct gameplay, the first video of Sparking Zero that I put out of this event, you may have seen that like if I'm not touching any buttons, he dodges. I think Whis has that, but only for the first hits. By the way, he's getting comboed here and transforming. He's not supposed to be able to transform, which is kind of what gave it away that this is actually a custom battle condition. Like, he must have reached that point and goes into, you know, Super Saiyan Blue. He's also going to go Kaioken, but the way they do Ultra Instinct is kind of smart. Unfortunately, he keeps blocking this one. I don't think I ever landed it. I do land his ultimate, so you're going to get... Oh, what a perfectly timed barrier. You see that? Blue Kaioken. That's not going to help you much. And whoop, mid-combo, switches over to Ultra Instinct. That was a character switch. Like, so you can actually force character switching without having that character show up at the start of the battle. Right? So you can hide characters under the conditions.
That's good,
so
actually.
People might go, oh, I'm going to play...
It's
I don't
not.
know,
It's not as
Goku versus
smooth
Vegeta.
as if they just
and then
made
halfway through,
like a Goku that
instead of
transforms
Vegeta,
or that
it's
goes
baby
into
Vegeta.
Ultra
Like,
Instinct.
he just
But
shows up and you can like set up a
cares,
story
man?
that says, oh well, baby showed up and like absorbed him or whatever, like something cool like that. I don't know, because UI Goku was not.
could you
on that
imagine if
first
you can
main.
have a Boo absorbing Whis?
So yeah, that's another thing that's just so cool. By the way, with the Whis thing about him dodging the first attack, see that right there, right there. I think the reason why I strongly believe this is, first of all, I have footage of right here, him dodging Ki Blasts, which is something UI Goku did not do. He didn't dodge Ki Blasts at all. But also, I think this happened to me when I played the movie characters, which is the next video coming out. So when I played the movie characters, I fought against Whis, and I noticed that the first hit was always getting dodged. And I'm like, interesting. That was snack time. Pretty sure it healed me. I'm not... You can maybe rewind and watch that effect. And he's going to go into ultimate. I'm going to like shoot a laser. Try to discourage him from doing anything. Let me dodge that real quick. Let's go into Sparking mode ourselves. Maybe finish this with a blast. He hit me with Ki Blast, which kept me in place for me to get hit with a beam. We're now both on the last health bar. It was actually close. Epilogue to Destruction. It's loaded up and ready to go. We already did it once, but I was talking over it. So let's just dodge this one.
All right,
And
do it.
enjoy the full cinematic. That's right, GG's. And that, folks, is your extended look at custom battles. I can't wait to see.
Well, all right. So that was extended battles, custom battles. Again, I'll put the original video down below so you guys can watch the rest of the video. Let me know what you guys think. And again, subscribe for more Sparking Zero videos in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.